Damn, that's so clean and perfect. Project Rocky. So let's go ahead and catch everybody up to speed. This is Project Rocky, 79 Chevy square body. We found it just like this. It had an engine in it, but the engine was blown, so we went ahead and towed it over to the shop, yanked out the motor, and then brought it over to Street Truck's garage, where we are going to completely rebuild this truck from the ground up. The plan with Project Rocky is a lifted two-wheel drive LS-powered street machine. First, we got to get it off the trailer and start ripping it apart. Luckily, Dave's got a forklift, so let's get to it. All these videos can be seen in their own individual episodes on our YouTube channel, so just jump back. We'll try to throw the QR codes in this video. Look at that guy. We got to keep him, though. All right, so in the videos, we tear everything apart. All the bolts get removed, the grill gets taken off, we take both of the doors off before we strap up the forklift to the front end, pull off the front end in one solid piece. That was pretty smooth. Now we can go and start disassembling the bed and take all the bolts out, pull the bed off using the forklift, dragging it over and setting it off to the side. We are going to be replacing all these panels, so we won't need this bed anymore. Next, we're going to get under there, unbolt the cab. These bolts were pretty tough to get off, but we got them off, hooked up the forklift, yanked off the cab. Went really, really smooth. Thank goodness we had a forklift, and these bolts have obviously been removed in the past. So we're going to go ahead and set the cab aside for now before we start removing all the inside pieces of it. As you can see, it's basically a complete cab how it sits on the ground, but everything's going to be removed so we can sandblast it later. The frame's looking really, really good how it is. It's not bent or cracked. There are a couple little holes that we're going to have to weld up, but we could take care of that. So we're just going to knock off all the front suspension. We're going to be replacing all this stuff with lift kit stuff out of an 88 to 98. We'll show you that later. Pull off the leaf springs. All of these videos, like I said, are on previous episodes, so we're going to QR code to them. It's been a minute since we have had an update on Project Rocky, so we just want to update everybody on exactly how we got to this point before we dive into the new videos that are coming up in just a few minutes, so hang on. For all the new subscribers, the entire cab was completely stripped down to nothing. We're going to take this thing over to the body shop and get it sandblasted. It's got some pretty nasty rust, but that's the body shop's problem. Some Auto Metal Direct panels will help them move along quickly, but while they're working on it, we're going to start knocking out this suspension. We got all new front and rear suspension. We really think you should watch our previous videos to see exactly how the setup is. But now that the frame is completely blasted and primered, we're going to start hand painting the entire thing with KBS rust seal coating. Pretty impressive stuff. We've used it on a lot of projects. Also for the rear end, that thing is being opened up, cleaned out. All the parts and gears are being removed. The rear end housing is sandblasted and powder coated as well before it gets completely reassembled. The rear leaf springs have to be reassembled using new parts from BDS suspension, energy suspension bushings, and all the new hardware that's grade 8 from our local hardware store. Up front, we have upper and lower control arms from a heavy duty 73 to 87. And we have 88 to 98 lift spindles and springs from Rough Country, as well as a full disc brake conversion from Performance Online. New fuel tank from Auto Metal Direct, new radiator core support, and a whole new set of 22-inch wheels from American Force, wrapped in 33-inch Toyo tires. But time to get some power moving. We have a Summit 5.3-liter LS long block. We just need to dress it, get our TCI transmission bolted up to it, and we're using Dirty Dingo motor mounts. So now that it's all ready to go, we're going to drop this combination into our clean frame. And for a daily driver, this thing is going to be a perfect setup. All right, let's get to the new episode. Look at old Rocky outside all on his own, waiting for a body that we're picking up tomorrow, but that motor is clean. Summit Racing 5.3-liter LS. Low car LS Classic Series setup on there. rough country suspension, BDS parts on there, stuff from Rock Auto. This is a really cool setup. You guys got interest in it? Leave a comment. Alright, let's get this thing over to the body shop, put the bed on it. First time we're gonna see paint next to this new chassis and suspension. It's gonna be exciting. It was pretty cool seeing everybody stare at the truck while we drove to the paint shop. That LS motor, those 22-inch wheels, it's so clean and smooth. We're using old little OBS here to tool all of our Auto Metal Direct parts. And these are gonna be the bed sides. We got the hood in there. We got the fenders. Pretty much everything we need other than the doors, because we've already got them, to rebuild our 79 square body. Great time to talk about our sponsor for this video, Auto Metal Direct. If you got a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, you need some body panels, definitely check out their website. I bet they have what you need. Got the bed parts getting prepped. All Auto Metal Direct items. Brand new bed floor, wheel tubs, and fenders. So we're gonna bolt this all together, coat it, paint it, and bolt it to the frame. It's pretty. It's perfect. How amazing that looks. It's exciting. I like it. Love the letters. Shane and the whole crew at Street Dreams made it easy to lift the bed onto the frame without scratching anything. I can't wait to drive this thing.
I bought the motor Sunday morning, on a Sunday morning. I drove to Georgia on Sunday afternoon and bought my truck.
Getting some bolts put in. Man, the underside of this bed is so cool looking. Man, I love that.
I mean, no, you were right. This way a little bit. Just.
We're making it happen. Got to put them 2-inch wheel spacers on the back, but let's do it. Project Rocky, on to the next stop. Ooh, buddy.
How's it look coming down the street?
It looks good. I was actually on the interstate, and when he said you guys were going to MTD, I seen you in the parking lot, and I could see it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I just went on the interstate. Yeah.
Damn, that's so clean and perfect. Alright, so the last update for this video on Project Rocky, we're going to get these wheels sitting correct. Because if you could tell, the rear wheels are not the same width as the front wheels. The front wheels are about 2 inches wider than the rear wheels. And that's because we put these aftermarket spindles on there, which pop them out 2 inches. So what we're going to do is add 2-inch spacers to the rear. Make it sit right. I know you guys don't like spacers, but we like it to look right. That's better. There's the gap we're going for. We need that spacing for it to match the front, so looking much better now. Alright, cab for Project Rocky's getting work done. Got some LS Fab front firewall panel. We're going to cut out this section and weld the new one here.